The strange part of audience growth is this: the creators who look everywhere often grow nowhere. The ones who look obvious become unforgettable, almost like a category of one in a crowded market. If your content gets views but not return viewers, you do not have an audience yet. You have passing traffic, like tourists who never learn the street names. A spike in reach feels exciting, but you cannot build a business on strangers who forget you by dinner, or by tomorrow morning. Real audience building means people recognize your promise, trust your angle, and choose you again without needing to be reminded from zero. That is the difference between 10,000 impressions and 1,000 people who actually care. If you care about sponsorships, product sales, memberships, or even stable creative momentum, audience building is the engine. Without it, every post starts cold, like a first introduction repeated hundreds of times. With it, each new piece of content inherits trust from everything you already made. That inherited trust is why some creators monetize faster with smaller followings. An audience is not everyone who has seen your work, clicked once, or scrolled past a clip. It is the subset of people who expect value from you in a recognizable form. That expectation is the key asset. It lowers friction every time you publish something new, because people already know the kind of outcome to expect. If people cannot explain why they follow you, your positioning is still blurry, and blurry brands rarely compound for long. Most creators begin by asking what they want to post this week or what feels interesting today. Strong creators ask what recurring problem they want to solve. That small shift moves you from self-expression alone toward service, and service is what makes people come back consistently. It also gives your ideas a filter, which makes decisions faster and sharper. You do not choose a niche to limit yourself forever or box in your creativity. You choose it to become memorable. The internet rewards clear mental shortcuts. When viewers can place you instantly, they are more likely to click, stay, share, and return later. In practice, recognizable beats broad for recall almost every time. Broad content attracts more random impressions, which can look good on a dashboard for a day. Specific content attracts fewer but better matched people. The second group is far more valuable because they convert into loyal viewers, subscribers, clients, and buyers at much higher rates over time. Fewer right people can outperform many wrong ones by a wide margin. Think of content market fit as the moment your ideas meet a repeatable demand from a defined group. People do not just watch once. They start expecting your take. You know it is happening when similar topics repeatedly pull comments like, "This is exactly what I needed." That pattern matters more than one lucky viral post with weak follow-through. Views matter, but they are not enough, especially if they never turn into repeated attention. Return viewers, average watch time, saves, replies, and email signups tell you whether attention is deepening. Those are the numbers that signal audience formation instead of accidental discovery. A save or sign up often means more than another empty 1,000 views. Even excellent ideas lose if the packaging is weak or slow to communicate relevance. Title, hook, thumbnail, first sentence, and opening visual all answer one question for the viewer: why should I care right now? Better packaging does not fake value. It reveals it faster. Think clarity, not clickbait, precision, not noise. When you build for recall instead of random reach, every post has a better chance of compounding, sometimes for months rather than hours. Every strong creator has an audience promise, even if they never say it out loud in exact words. It sounds like this: if you give me your attention, I will reliably help you achieve or understand something specific. That promise becomes your brand. It is why a viewer can recommend you in one sentence to a friend. Audience growth speeds up when your content connects instead of feeling like unrelated experiments. Instead of posting isolated ideas, build topic clusters, several angles on the same recurring problem. That repetition teaches the algorithm what you are about and teaches people why they should stay. It also increases recall because themes start reinforcing one another. If your niche is creator monetization, your clusters might include sponsorships, offers, pricing, audience trust, and content systems. One niche, many recurring angles. That creates depth without confusing the viewer about who you are. For example, pricing strategy and sponsorship negotiation solve different problems but strengthen the same brand. Posting more often can increase surface area, but it cannot fix unclear positioning or weak message market fit. 10 average posts with no connective tissue usually lose to 3 sharp posts that train your audience to expect a specific kind of value from you. Volume helps discovery, clarity helps memory, trust, and conversion. Confused audiences do not convert, even when the content quality itself is respectable. Every unclear post increases the cost of trust because viewers must reevaluate you from scratch. Clear creators compound recognition, and recognition lowers the amount of persuasion needed later when offers appear. Confusion is expensive precisely because it resets buyer confidence again and again. This is the first big answer to our opening question. What actually grows an audience is not reach by itself, despite what vanity metrics suggest. It is retention after reach. 1 million impressions mean little if almost nobody remembers your name, your angle, or your promise. Reach starts the conversation, retention is what earns a second one. A creator with 20,000 deeply aligned followers can outperform one with 200,000 casual ones. Brands care about fit. Buyers care about trust. Community products care about recurring relevance. Alignment often beats size in actual business outcomes. A smaller list with 8% conversion can easily beat a huge one at 0.5%. The best growth came when I stopped trying to impress everyone and started helping one clear group repeatedly, with the same promise and stronger examples. Good content does not magically travel, no matter how much creators want merit alone to win. Distribution is how you place your ideas in front of the right people repeatedly. That includes platform-native posting, collaborations, search-friendly formats, newsletters, communities, and strategic reformatting across channels. Great work with weak distribution often stays invisible for avoidable reasons. One of the fastest ways to build early audience trust is borrowed attention from people already trusted. Appear where your ideal viewers already gather. That might mean guest podcasts, creator collaborations, expert roundups, or partnerships with pages that already reach your niche. A warm introduction can compress months of cold discovery into one strong appearance. Audience building gets easier when you listen systematically instead of relying on creative intuition alone. Comments, replies, watch time drop-offs, save patterns, and sales objections all reveal what people value and where they get confused. Data is not just measurement. It is message refinement. The smartest creators treat feedback like product research, not personal criticism. You do not need a private group to create community or belonging. Community begins when viewers feel seen, named, and included in a shared journey. Language matters. Rituals matter. Repeating values and phrases can make scattered viewers feel like insiders. Even a simple recurring sign-off or weekly theme can create identity over time. If your whole audience lives on one platform, your business stands on rented land, and landlords change rules. Algorithms change. Reach shifts. Accounts get limited. That is why smart creators convert platform attention into owned audience through email lists, communities, and direct contacts. A list of 5,000 reachable people can be safer than 500,000 passive followers. Think in layers, because not all audience relationships are equally valuable to a business. Platform views create awareness. Followers create familiarity. Email or community membership creates direct access. Customers create economic proof. The strongest creator businesses intentionally move people through those layers instead of stopping at followers. Each step increases resilience, signal quality, and monetization options. Here is the second answer to our opening loop. Audience building is not mainly a top-of-funnel problem, even though most advice frames it that way. It is a trust architecture problem. Growth gets easier when your content, identity, and offers all point in the same clear direction. Coherence converts better than chaos, even when chaos looks busier. Imagine your creator business as a bridge. Content is the roadway, positioning is the structure, and trust is what keeps people crossing. If the structure is weak, adding more cars does not help. It only exposes the instability faster. More traffic is not always progress if the foundation cannot carry sustained attention. First takeaway, write a one-sentence audience promise and make it practical, not clever. Who is it for, what recurring problem do you solve, and what makes your angle distinct? If you cannot say that sentence clearly, your audience probably cannot feel it clearly either. A sharp promise becomes a filter for content, partnerships, and offers. Second takeaway, choose 3 to 5 topic pillars and stay inside them long enough to become known. Consistency is not repeating the same post. It is repeating the same value proposition through multiple useful, recognizable angles over time. 3 strong pillars maintained for 6 months usually beat 15 disconnected experiments. Third takeaway, track behavior that signals loyalty, not just the loudest metrics on screen. Look at return viewers, shares, saves, replies, repeat buyers, and email growth. Those indicators tell you whether your audience is thickening, not just whether your latest post got sampled. Sampling is interest, return behavior is evidence of trust. If your growth feels scattered, simplify the next month and remove extra variables. Tighten your niche statement, publish around one clear cluster, improve packaging, and move viewers toward an own channel. Simplicity often creates more momentum than another complicated strategy. For focused weeks can reveal more than 4 months of random posting. Do not confuse novelty with strategy. Constantly changing style, audience, platform, and topic can feel productive because you stay busy and stimulated. But the market learns through repetition. If you reset your identity every week, the audience never catches up. Reinvention has a place, but not as a weekly default. This is why audience building feels slow, then suddenly obvious to people watching from the outside. At first, you are teaching the market who you are. Later, the market starts introducing you on your behalf. Recognition compounds quietly before it shows up loudly in results. The early phase feels invisible precisely because the signal is still accumulating. The goal is not just to be seen once by a large anonymous crowd. It is to be remembered for something useful, trusted for something specific, and chosen repeatedly when your audience needs help. That is what transforms content into a creator business with leverage. Visibility starts attention, remembered usefulness turns it into durable demand. Build smart, create consistently, and keep compounding, because the right audience is always worth more than random